This area here is notorious for years. It's been like this, right? There's a couple of schools here, I think 3 even. We're on Renforth Drive. We're northbound now, south of Eglinton here, between Radburn and Eglinton. So yeah, there are a couple of schools, but they're not. They're all high schools. I think this one here on the right is. This one is actually the only one that's relatively close to the street here. The other two are so far offset, so far away from the street. But it's the speed limit's been here 40 kilometers an hour forever, and it's because you can see the police here are here constantly. Because people who are not familiar with the area, not familiar with the tactics of Toronto police, you can see it's wide open here. There's very little going on. There's only a couple of traffic lights, a couple of crosswalks, hardly any pedestrian traffic. I don't see anything else. Traffic is relatively light on the street all the time, even rush hour. So the visibility is fantastic. There's no danger here at all. Even given the schools, and they're offset like 200-300 yards. The ones on the west side of the street. It's got nothing to do with anything, right? It could easily be 60 here, and I wouldn't feel or think that there was any issue with that at all. But that's not all. There's also this thing that there are others. Like, I drive around the whole city all the time, and I know there are other places around the city where there are not high schools, but elementary schools with little kids and stuff. They're a lot closer to the streets, and the speed limit is not lowered there because of the schools. Sometimes it is 50 or 60 even. I know several places like that. One of those places is the East Mall and Bloor. One of those. There's several others all over the city. So the problem here is not necessarily that the speed limit is low, but the main issue is the lack of consistency. And a lot of people, when they drive around, they sort of drive instinctively. So when they feel safe, people tend to drive at a speed that's safe for them, right? And only very few people actually speed excessively. Most people adjust their speed to the conditions, right? But they got nailed over there because it's great. It's a great place to nail people. That's what it is, So another problem with stuff like that is that it really kind of undermines the credibility of the police when it comes to their police interaction with citizens and drivers, right? Well, people who get nailed, they eventually develop a bad sort of approach to the police because they feel wronged. And the relationship between the public and the police deteriorates. It's probably other sociological issues here at play. But these are my observations, though. So long for now.